to how to make a Magick mirror part 1, cutting the glass. Okay, so today I'm going to be starting working on how to make a Magick or a black mirror, also known as a shrew stone. I'll be starting with a scrap piece of paper. You could use newspaper. I'm using a sheet of A3 which just happens to have a grid drawn on it. And then a permanent marker, 4-coloured pen. The 6-inch metal rule is being upgraded to a 12-inch. Glass cutter and the dippy tin for the glass cutter, that's to help lubricate the glass cutter, and the 12-inch single. For those who remember 12-inch singles, we have a 12-inch single. Now you could use any size, and you could even just use a compass for this, but I'm going to go with the 7-inch single, just because it's a nice convenient size to be tracing around. Now the beauty of a 12-inch single, of course, or the 7-inch, I'm getting my measurements confused, is that you can actually find a very good approximation of the centre. Now that we've got our circle marked out, I'm going to soak the cutter in lubricant, and the lubricant is basically a slurp of turpentine and sewing machine oil on a piece of felt. That jar's a little bit deep, but it does the job. And I'll be getting the glass. This piece of glass came from a local glazier. I just asked him about it, and he let me go through his scrap bin, which is very, very convenient of him. I'm hoping it was, something that he was just going to otherwise throw out. It's been a while since I've done any real glass cutting. And I have my glass cutting pliers. Okay, so I've just cut the glass down to something a little bit more manageable. I've got enough there to do a couple in case I get this wrong. Notoriously I'm bad at doing circles and rounded edges. Lessons correctly, start towards an edge. Maintain an even pressure, and this is where you realise glass being transparent, you can see roughly where it is you want to cut. And I'm just going to cut in like that, which could possibly be a total disaster. Try and keep all your glass on a piece of paper. This is where newspaper probably would have been a better option, because then you can just roll it up and throw it away. One advantage of working on the floor like I am is that I can actually put pressure straight over the top. And that helps me maintain even pressure when I'm cutting. Now I probably could have just asked the glazier to cut me a 7-inch circle, but I like to do things myself. And I've just managed to crack my glass straight through there. Okay, come around that way, take that off. Now, with the exception of that small crack there, I've actually done a pretty good job at this, if I do say so myself. One disadvantage of working on the floor, any glass splinters will most likely be going straight into my feet if I'm walking around barefoot. So I'm going to need to be vacuuming very carefully and using a brush. Get 2 more attempts out of this piece, out of this sheet, otherwise I'm back to the glazier or using the original draft. Let's see if I trace it around this way. I think I'm going to crack this one too. If I cut it back this way with the running pliers. Let's see how this one goes. I seem to be getting better at my cutting speed. Now if I had a grindstone, I'd take a few of those rough edges. The budget hasn't stretched that far. Glass cutting is not something I do on a hugely regular basis, but that's how to cut glass. Now to wipe it over. You can use whatever glass cleaner you like, but I always use a piece of scrunched up newspaper. An old hospitality trick. Even just water with a bit of metho in it, a bit of newspaper, it doesn't leave any lint or any scratches. Is how to crudely cut one circle of glass.